class background, and yeah, having to work was expected. But you could decide what you wanted to work at. Like for instance, me and my friends, it all came down to cars. My friends all wanted cars because, forgive the sexism of this, but I mean, if you wanted a girlfriend, you had to have the car first. And if you wanted the car, that means you had to take the job in the factory, which we all hated. There was one particular factory where it was like graduate high school, go to the factory, make some money, get the car, and if you're lucky, get the girl. And I wanted the girl, but I did not want the car. So I, in fact, gave myself some freedom, and I was able to not go to the factory, but I actually got a job in a department store where I worked half the time my friends did, and I made about half the money. But I didn't have a car to pay for. So I was able to, one, buy books, start making movies, and I had some money to take my girlfriend to have coffee. You know? In all kinds of arts, I always responded negatively to overindulgence, too much. And in movies in the 80s, when my sensibility was developing, just big mainstream entertainments just had too much. There was too much lights, too much action, too much gratuitous sex and violence, whatever. It just, sometimes there was a nice idea in there too, and I just wanted to get at the idea, and I thought you could strip away a lot. So that's a little bit personal temperament, artistic temperament. I was well suited to be a low-budget filmmaker, but no, I like the whole idea of serial storytelling. When you've told stories feature length, you know, a 90-minute thing for 30 years, you start getting anxious to you get bigger and bigger and bigger, you know. So a 10-hour story, I like the idea of that. It was like when I was at the first film festival of Trust that I first heard this term, independent.